Welcome back, Biology 20s. I am going to continue on in our lymphatic system and immunity note guide. Last video was about lymph and major functions of the lymphatic system and our 3 lines of defense. So we talked about the first and the second line. You should have now watched the Your Magic Doctor video. Now we're going to talk about the 3rd line of defense. Now this is specific, and this is our immunity. Every time we are exposed to a pathogen, an invader, a foreign invader that comes into our body, what do? Well, this is the way that we respond. So we do have these complement proteins that immobilize and basically stop in its tracks the invaders, and they puncture the cell membranes, causing the invaders to burst. And more importantly, though, they're attracting the white blood cells. And these white blood cells are what we're going to focus on. And this is what they talked about in our video as well, Your Magic Doctor. So your body, every body, whether it's you or any other body, has an antigen. It's a marker. It's a protein on the surface of your body. It tells you, that's me. That is part of my body. Foreign invaders like bacteria and viruses, they also have an antigen marker. It's not me. So your body knows that that marker is not part of you. And so when that invader, that pathogen enters your body, what happens is a macrophage comes along. And this is a type of white blood cell. You guys remember watching the video? They were the garbage men, the scavengers. They clean up the debris. Not only are they doing that, they're going to engulf. That means to gobble up. So he's gobbling up the invader. And then he's taking the bad guy, the invader, and taking and putting the bad guy's antigen marker on his surface. So now he says, okay, this is the bad guy. And he sends it to the helper T. Helper T then says, oh, I see you're presenting me this antigen. Well, I'm going to call for help. So the helper T, don't just say call for help. You got to, like Ghostbusters, who are you going to call? Well, who does he call? He's going to call 2 types of cells. He's going to call the B cells to help make antibodies, and he's going to call the killer Ts. Those are the destroyers. And in the video, they were the assassins, the little cowboys with the guns. The factory workers were the B cells. They're going to produce an antibody that is going to match that antigen on the invader. And that is your immune system fighting off this disorder. Okay, so your helper T comes along and it is going to show the B cell what antibody to make. Antibodies attached to the antigen, they immobilize it. And then the killer Ts, as I mentioned, are going to come along and they do a couple things. They can kill the invader, puncture the cell membrane. They also are there to destroy your host cells that get infected. Now, what leads to your immunity is because of you have these cells called the memory T cells. In your video of the Your Magic Doctor, that was a little brain, and he was putting up posters around. Why was he doing that? Well, because he's remembering that invader, that antigen for the next time. This leads you to immunity, and immunity is your ability to fight off diseases after you've had it one time. That's typically why you don't get it a second time. Okay, I'm going to cut out here, and then I've got one more short little video to make for you guys, and that'll be video number 3 in this little series on lymph and immunity.